Now, preview time. So let's take a look at what's coming your way.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Casa D18 Studios channel. You could be anywhere in the world right now, and you're here with me, and we greatly appreciate it. And it's time, once again, to step into the war zone. That's right, it's time for another edition of the Weekly Acquisition Report, the show where I, the Renegade, show you, the viewers, the latest additions to my ever-growing movie library. This week, back to Dollar Tree for some more 50-cent finds. What's going on, everybody? Thank you for joining me here once again for another edition of The War Zone, the Weekly Acquisition Report, the show where I, the Renegade, show you, the viewers, the latest additions to my ever-growing movie library. And as I kind of briefly said in the introduction, you might remember from last week, Dollar Tree right now, or at least at the time of these purchases, I've heard prices may have gone back up. But Dollar Tree was running their movies for 50 cents a pop, making them effectively two for $1. I don't know if they're just trying to clear out back stock. I don't know if they're getting rid of movies, period. But regardless, I took advantage of the sale. I bought a ton of movies, some stuff that I had never seen before, stuff that I maybe had passed up before because a buck and a quarter, maybe it didn't seem worth it, but for 50 cents, what the hell? But I went through, I bought a whole bunch of movies. So over the coming weeks, I'm going to slowly show those off to you because I only do about 10 at a time. Don't want to make it too long of an episode. Feel like that would be too much, a little overbearing, a little bit overkill. So what I did is I separated them into stacks, kind of mini themes, if you will. All the ones I'm going to show you today are horror or like monster movie inspired, at least based off of what I can tell by the descriptions. Some of them are blatant obvious, some of them not as much, but looking at the descriptions, they seem like they kind of fit into that theme. So let's get right into this. Now, viewers of the Warzone, you may remember that I've bought a couple of these before. I don't recall because a lot of my stuff is still packed up in boxes. Unfortunately, here at this house, we haven't been able to get my collection displayed properly yet. We're hoping in the next couple of months we'll be out of here, out of our 1-year lease, into a little bit of a bigger place with more space where the collection can properly be displayed, at which time, if I have doubles, maybe I'll do some giveaways here on the channel. But if you remember a couple of these being purchased in the past, it is what it is. At least I only spent 50 cents for it this time. However, I do know that there's a few things here that I don't have that I did pass up. Let's get into these. First one up is a film called Coven. Practicing their craft, killing their prey. Kind of gives off a little bit of the Craft vibe to me. It says beauty is pain on the back. Again, I don't know a whole lot about a couple of these, but for 50 cents a pop, I'm always doing 31 days of horror for Halloween in October every year. I may just run an entire month of Dollar Tree horror. Not this year. This year's already booked. You'll find more about that coming up in the few months that follow. But maybe I'll do a whole month of Dollar Tree horror. What do you guys think? Let me know if that sounds like a good idea. But the Coven is one that I might already have purchased, but I definitely have been eyeing it. So if I don't have it, awesome. If I do, it is what it is. Next up, I got Godzilla, King of the Monsters, the more modern Godzilla film. This one has got Millie Bobby Brown from Stranger Things. O'Shea Jackson Jr. is in this, Ice Cube's son. So there's a couple of good names right there off of the jump. Yeah, it took me a minute to see them on the listing here because, like I said, the writing on the back is so small. Almost need to take a picture and zoom in on that, but I digress. The last Godzilla movie I saw was the 1998 one, I want to say it was, with Matthew Broderick. I know they've rebooted a couple times since then. They started this whole Godzilla Kong thing again in theaters like they did in the 60s and the 70s. So it's kind of cool to try and get back into this, get into the new franchise. Good way to start, I think. I found a Shudder original, and you guys may remember in the past I've done a couple videos that were just Shudder originals. This one's called The Marshes. Again, it definitely gives that, deep in the swamps, unknown terror type of horror vibe to it. But it says, beware what lurks beneath. Looks interesting. Again, I could probably do an entire month of Shudder movies. I know I've gotten quite a few at Dollar Tree here over the past year, maybe a little more than a year. Quite a few Shudder movies. I don't know if I've quite gotten to 31 yet, but I've probably got a good 10 to 15, so at least a half a month of Shudder originals. Is that something you guys would like to see me do down the road? Just a whole month of Shudder horror movies. Let me know. But The Marshes looks interesting to me. I also got this one here called Blackwater Abyss. Descend into Fear. Again, I don't know a whole lot about some of these. I'm not trying to pretend like I'm super knowledgeable about some of these, because at the end of the day, they're Dollar Tree movies that were 50 cents. Every now and again, you find a major motion picture at Dollar Tree, like Godzilla, King of the Monsters. But a lot of the times, you're going to find these no-name movies. Maybe they were straight to DVD. Maybe they had a limited independent release. Maybe they were straight to streaming. But you find these movies that probably wouldn't have even entered your radar, your peripherals, if we're being honest, in a normal sense. But you're digging through the movies at Dollar Tree and you see these, and it's like, this looks intriguing to me. So again, 50 cents, what the hell? I found this 4-film shark collection. Again, monster movies. It's got Shark Attack, Shark Attack 2, Shark Attack 3, and Shark Zone. You know, obviously the wannabe Jaws knockoffs. Jaws, huge movie from the mid 70s. I want to say it was 75. It definitely was the predecessor for all of the water monster movies that kind of followed. So for there to be a 4-pack of shark movies like this just seems to make sense at Dollar Tree. This one I vaguely remember hearing about, but I never saw. It's called Oculus. So this one I think actually was a little bit more theatrical as compared to some of the other releases I'm showing off. It says it chills you to the bone. The best horror film I've seen in years. Again, it's from the people of Paranormal Activity and Insidious. Definitely looks like it could be a good one to check out. I've got Lights Out from James Wan, the director of The Conjuring. Calls it a horror gem. Certified fresh from Rotten Tomatoes. Billy Burke. The name sounds familiar, can't place it right now. But it definitely looks like it's going to be the type of movie that I get into. Looks like it's got a little bit of a paranormal feel to it. We'll have to see. Could be completely off. Evil Little Things, starring Zach Galligan from Gremlins back in the 80s. His return to the genre. Could be very, very good. Could be very, very bad. I remember seeing the original Gremlins. Somebody got it for me for like my birthday or Christmas one year. Honestly, I wasn't that impressed. I didn't see it growing up, so it's not one of those movies that was like embedded in my DNA, despite it being a movie from like 1985, me being almost 10 years old at the time. Cute little gizmo, you know, the Mogwai. I just didn't get into it though. I don't know. Maybe I need to go back, revisit it, do Gremlins 2, you know, movies with one sequel. But it didn't connect with me the way other movies did. But Zach Galligan was in Gremlins. He was the lead kid. It's cool to see him back in the genre, so to speak. And the last one I got is a film called Under the Bed. It says it's terrific and scary, an ambitious piece of genre cinema with polish and grandiosity from the producers of VHS and VHS 2. Again, like I mentioned, a lot of no-name, less-known movies. Definitely worth checking out, giving a look to, like I said, maybe doing 31 days of Dollar Tree horror. Not this year, but maybe next year or the year after. Try to boost up my collection a little bit more with Dollar Tree stuff. What did you guys think of this haul? Have you seen any of these? Have you seen Evil Little Things or Under the Bed or any of the Shark Attack movies? Have you seen Godzilla King of the Monsters? Let me know your thoughts and opinions about these. If you're watching the premiere, leave your thoughts and comments over here. If you're watching on demand later in the day, leave your thoughts and comments down here. Let's have that conversation, that discussion, that debate, that interaction that I'm always asking you guys for in the comments below. And make sure you guys tune in tomorrow, right here to the Casa D18 Studios channel for another brand new installment of Renegade's Reviews. And it's time to kick off our final week of movies that star musicians. We're going to take a look at The Wash, starring Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, George Wallace, Tommy Lister Jr., or Tiny Zeus Lister, as he may be known to some of you, Lamont Bentley, Truth Hurts, Angel Conwell, Bruce, DJ Pooh, Tommy Chong, Trey D, Corrupt, Ludacris, Pauly Shore, Shaquille O'Neal, Exhibit, and Eminem. You don't want to miss out on that. Right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel, on Renegade's Reviews, The Wash, the way we're going to kick off our final week of movies that star musicians. We've only got 3 episodes left, and The Wash is one of them. Going to have to make sure you tune in, see what the other 2 movies are. So make sure you smash that like button, make sure you're subscribed, make sure that notification bell is turned on so you don't miss out anytime a video drops right here on the Casa D18 Studios channel or anytime we go live, as is the case with Stat Boy Sports Bar, Open Mic Night, pay-per-view PLE coverage, etc. Share these videos with your family, friends, loved ones, coworkers, movie fanatics, cinephiles in your life, fans of thrift store videos, fans of treasure hunt videos, fans of unboxing videos, fans of movies in general, fans of horror, fans of Dollar Tree. Anybody you can think of that would enjoy this content in this video, share it with them. It's the only way we're going to keep my visibility in YouTube's algorithms now that we are a monetized channel. Thank you once again to everyone who joined me, tuned in today, and that worked so hard along with me to get us to where we could be a monetized platform. It means so much more to me than you guys will ever know. And I will see you guys next time.